Yo, what's up?
Hey, hello, what's up?
Um, is this like a bad time? I see you fighting somebody. I don't know how to games.
No, it's an easy boss. What's up?
You got this. All right. You had mentioned yesterday you were like, I wish there was something besides race we could talk. I wish you would call and talk about something, or I could get to talk to you about something other than race. So I figured to ask you about this because I want to see your opinion on it. I do have an opinion, but I'm curious to get yours first. So, do you think what's happening to Jordan Peterson right now is? Did you already talk about this, by the way, Jordan Peterson, before I ask this?
No. Why, what's happening to him?
Yeah. So apparently he got his license revoked in Canada. So he can't use psychologist in his title anymore. And it was apparently over tweets and things he said outside of his profession, and they revoked his license. And like he appealed, making the argument that what he says outside of his profession shouldn't be tied to the profession. But like the board in Canada, I don't have all like the technical terms, but basically like the board in Canada decided that his tweets like fat shaming that girl and saying that thing about Elliot Page, they said that might be transphobic, and he might have, it hit. Basically, it's not becoming of the profession, and they don't want him representing them. Basically,
Okay.
do you think, like, because I see people saying like, while we agree, like, while I agree with that, he shouldn't be saying these things, but they shouldn't have the right to take his license away because of it, and that they're just going to make him I've seen people making arguments like, oh, they're just going to make Jordan Peterson like another martyr, which he probably already plays that role anyway. But like, just like ethically, do you think that the board of Canada is doing the right thing?
Yeah, I think you have a right to do licensing how you want. I mean, if unless you have like a literal, unless you have like a literal like right to have political opinions or freedom of speech or whatever, then they probably, if your license is coming from some body, they probably do these types of like character checks or whatever. That'd be my guess, right?
Right. And yeah, I think I agree with that. I think, and I just, I just kind of wanted to like see how you felt about that, because this
I mean,
is
it
going
also
to
probably
be,
hurts if you're like, I would have to see specifically like what they're referencing, but if he's using that title like of authorized by the board or whatever, and the board feels like he's making statements that are not becoming of the profession, then he's kind of representing, that board, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if they wanted to revoke the, yeah.
Yeah, just like the NFL has the right to say, I don't want I don't want our players, doing drugs outside of the game. While that might be your prerogative, you're not breaking any laws, if you're smoking weed or whatever. But they have the right to say that, like, especially, or here's another example: John Morant, in the NBA. He never broke any rules, right? When he was showing his gun on Instagram, he didn't break any laws. Like, he didn't do like anything wrong. But the NBA doesn't want that image representing them, and I think they have the right to punish him however they feel like it. Now, this went to court with Jordan Peterson, and they peeled it, and so this has been through the whole process, and the courts decided, like, I don't think it was a jury. I think it was like a panel of three. I don't know the terms in Canada. Magistrates, some judicial authority in Canada had made this decision. So like, yeah. And the other thing is, do you think that Jordan Peterson is doing all this as a grift? Like, do you think that when I say grift, what I mean is like, he's using all of this.
Yeah,
like, he knows he's wrong.
Yeah,
he knows he's
because
he knows he's wrong.
People are saying that he could have just taken like sensitivity training or whatever, and they would have like kept everything. So he probably doesn't care about the license too much, but he knows that this like plays well into his narrative of like the SJWs taking over and all that.
And I'm not going to bow to freedom of speech censorers and woke moralist or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're in agreement there. See, that's why every time I call in, it's like, you know, what I mostly disagree with you is about your race takes. Like, I think you have pretty agreeable positions a lot of times outside of that. But enjoy your game. I just wanted to just ask you about that real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
All right.
Have fun.
So, bye.
Flippantly celebrating cancel culture, even though Destiny lost a platform to it. At some point, you know, when you grow the fuck up and enter the real world, you're gonna need to develop more vocabulary than just screeching cancel culture, like a disgusting, unwashed fucking 17-year-old who gets all of his opinions from Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan online. You know you have to do that, right? If you're representing a board, or if you're representing a discipline, and that discipline is involved in actively licensing what you do, then of course they're gonna have opinions about the statements that you make in public. That's the real world, and that applies to literally everybody. If I was an employee of any of these guys that you would throat constantly, if you had the opportunity to get on your knees for them, they would feel the exact same way. If I worked for Tim Pool and I was calling for the of some fucking Donald Trump or some shit, Tim Pool would probably fire me too. Yeah, welcome to the real fucking world. Grow up, dipshit. Hold on, I'm sorry, one second. We're gonna start doing like IQ enforcement in chat. Retard here, what's the difference between a McDonald's worker being racist in his off time? Why cancel one and not the other? I'm not even gonna answer the question. I'm not even gonna begin to answer the question. Go do some research, go figure out what is the difference between being a random employee of a company versus actively certified and licensed and being the representative of some board. Go figure that out on your own time. I can't even believe you would ask such a fucking retarded question.
Now, if you could just step inside.
Good luck. Hey Destiny, I understand corporations have a right to protect image, but even if someone is an asshole with comments instead of work, why do employees get severely penalized for losing a job? Because he's not just an employee, he's licensed and certified by a board that is basically endorsing the things that he says about psychology. If I get licensed by like a board of environmentalism and I go around saying like, oh, I'm licensed by the US Board of Environmentalists, and I start saying crazy shit about environmentalism, then they're probably gonna revoke my license. They're not gonna license me because I'm a representative while I'm licensed. I don't know how that's so fucking hard for you to understand. It can't be hard. You just have to have like Jordan Peterson dig so far down your throat, you like aren't getting enough oxygen to your brain. That's so obviously different than just being an employee of a company. If you're an employee of a company, that company's not necessarily endorsing every single thing I say. But if I'm certified by a board to speak with regards to like that particular area of discipline, then yeah, of course, they're basically endorsing the things that I say. Do doctors get their medical license revoked for spreading medical misinformation? I'm pretty sure you can, yes? Wasn't the guy that originally was involved with the research for the autism shit, wasn't that guy, didn't he get his medical license revoked?
Hello?
Hello?
Am I hearing this correctly that Peterson lost his license?
I don't even know. People are coming in and pointing, I don't know, Google it, did he?
Okay. Because that's a huge deal if he did. Like,
Is that a huge deal?
Well...
It's not like he's practicing anymore, right? He just likes to, like, flaunt it, basically.
It can be because of the knock-on effects, but...
What knock-on effects? He's a social media darling.
Well, not for him. I'm saying for, like, the knock-on effects for his ability to do anything related to the field of psychology.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's a social media darling, right?
I know. But I don't expect that to necessarily last.
You think you think he's gonna go back to practicing psychology? That's never happening.
No, I was gonna sit there and say go back to teaching, but
that's never happening either. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, they threatened to pull his license if he didn't complete social media re-education. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a little far to pull his license to do it, but I mean, people have lost their license or the same in the legal profession because that's now a conversation starting.
Yeah, he also just makes shit up. Yeah, he's done that too, especially in regards to ADHD. He just says shit that he feels.
Yeah,
that is not like it's not accurate at all. It's not even, it doesn't follow the research or anything. So it's a little bit weird when you have a guy saying like, "Well, I'm a board certified psychologist," and Canada basically is co-signing what I'm saying. I wouldn't make. Now I don't even know if that's why they've done it. I don't know what the reason is, but like it wouldn't surprise me if people people wouldn't want to be associated with it. But I don't even know if that's why they revoked it or not. So.
Yeah, I know that there has. You just said it right as it popped in was that the doctors were getting tagged for medical misinformation. That is true. There are a couple cases that have popped up where they have revoked doctors' medical licenses for doing social media stuff, especially with medical misinformation. But if they're pulling it simply because of his
I don't
Yeah.
even know if they're pulling it. You'd have to literally just Google the story for 2 seconds. I haven't looked into it at all. I have no idea what's even happening.
I am. He's filing a judicial review, so it hasn't been pulled yet. Everybody's getting ahead of themselves. They basically threatened to pull it if he didn't bring in his shit, which is fine. It's a little far, but I understand why they would threaten it, and then now he's filing a legal challenge for someone. So we're even ahead of ourselves. Yeah. Anyways, I was just gonna offer some 2 cents on like professional licenses, but you're doing your thing, and that's cool.
Okay, have fun. Be careful.
All right, take it easy, buddy.
Dusty, you have strong opinions for knowing nothing about it. I've qualified everything I've said, Ward. Please don't ever come back to my channel. You're literally a fucking brain rat. Please, 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 please. If you're somebody that suffered, I don't know if it's called hypoxia or whatever, like lack of oxygen to the brain because you're too busy throating like the dicks of like some of the dumbest fucking people of our time, just fucking leave, okay? I'm not here to like placate you anymore. All right, please just fucking leave.